Remember, don't hug me, I'm scared.
What?
Don't hug me, I'm scared. Remember that?
What about don't hug me, I'm scared?
Just saying the word clock reminded me of the time episode.
I don't
clock.
remember that episode. Why'd you do that?
Funny.
Welcome to episode 7 of the Gamer Garage.
Yeah. Sorry. That was a bit loud.
Featuring me, Oscar.
Him.
Also Oscar, and him, Romano, from the Spooky Biscuit. Okay.
Anyways, we skipped last week because we didn't have a lot. And then, of course, like, what was it, Wednesday when we normally upload, I think?
I thought it was Tuesday.
Or, yeah, it was Tuesday. And
Tuesday, late Monday, something like that.
Yeah. Like, we decided, okay, we don't have a lot of topics to talk about, and we already canceled plans. And then, like, that day and the next, just so much stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
And continuing on from that week, just so much stuff happened. So we do have quite a bit of topics. I don't know if we're going to get to, like, all of them. Probably not.
Yeah, because on Tuesday, we recorded something that I mentioned earlier that we had some plans for. We recorded 2 episodes of a Let's Play of Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
For the Nintendo Switch. I just bought that version. And I don't know, I haven't even touched that footage yet.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that hard, honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm just a bit it's adding this to my workload, like the podcast, and then 2 Let's Plays a week. That's kind of like the plan I have. Monday Let's Play, Wednesday podcast, and Friday Let's Play.
Okay.
It would be helpful to maybe get, like, you know how lawyers have paralegals to, like, help them with their work.
Sure.
It's like an assistant, or
totally
like
understand that.
You haven't watched Better Call Saul. You need to watch
I
that
know.
show. It's so excellent. But it'd be nice to have, like, somebody that could edit at least the Let's Plays. The only problem I have with, like, outsourcing my editing is that the audio will definitely turn out different. Because I noticed with a lot of, like, new, fresh YouTubers, I guess, they tend to put their audio way down. And that causes a problem because I think, you know how the saying when you're cooking, you can always add more later. Like, you accidentally add too much salt at the start, you can't get rid of that salt. I think it's the opposite with, like, YouTube. You can make it louder. I mean, you can make it quieter later. But once if it's quiet at the start, then, like, it's gonna fuck up everything. I don't know. Yeah, have you had that problem where, like, you've watched a YouTuber like that's really quiet, and then you have to increase the audio and the tab settings a bit, and then the next video you watch from a different YouTuber, it's fucking loud. And
yes.
You have to put it down.
See, now that I understand.
I think the problem is that when it's too quiet, it'll make everything else sound loud in comparison. I don't know. I hope that makes sense.
I kind of get it. I get the main part I got was, like, I watched one video and, like, it's either super quiet, so I do put, like, the mini player up a bit more, and then, like, I click a completely different video from a completely different YouTuber and they're much louder, so I have to adjust it.
I think it's good to have it a bit too loud so people can lower it, but, like, when I'm watching a Twitch stream and the mixing's all fucked up, and it's way too quiet,
and even at max volume it still isn't, like, loud enough. Okay,
I think that's like the worst.
That's worse than, like, being too loud.
Experience.
Because you can put that down.
So I hope that made sense with the cooking interpretation.
That part, not really. I just understood normally. Like, just if you explain it normally, I understood.
Okay. Well, so yeah, that's one of the problems I have with outsourcing, but I don't know. Also, I don't have any money to pay them with, so for now, it's just gonna be all on my plate. But yeah, that's what's gonna maybe happen in the future.
We don't
2
know.
Let's Plays a week
Yes.
and a podcast. Maybe at the start, just 1 Let's Play.
Maybe.
So I don't have to. I can get in the flow of editing a Let's Play, because I've already gotten in the flow of editing a video.
Oh, nice.
I mean, a podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's, like, really, I can do it in, like, honestly, under an hour. It's an hour of footage, But after I get the timeline constructed, it only takes around an hour because I like speed up the playing. So like, yeah, it's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy.
It's definitely easy compared to like your like videos you do on your channel.
Speaking of which, I want to do one soon. I'm not sure if it's gonna be CS:GO specific, but I do want to like offload some of the footage I've been keeping up. So maybe I do CS:GO and Valorant because they're similar games. But we'll see.
I've recently, yeah, for you, I guess you and me, we've both been recently. We haven't played together, but we've both recently started playing Valorant again. For some reason, I don't know. I guess just because my friends are playing it, other friends.
I really only started playing because Solaris and Matcha started playing a bit. I'm like, okay, I want to join because it's friends.
Exactly.
You want to play the game with friends, even if you don't enjoy it as much.
That's honestly just me with any multiplayer game that I've played before. Like, if someone's playing Fortnite, like, oh, sure, I'll join them. Apex, sure. Overwatch, yeah. Valorant, maybe. The Valorant
not CS. You're
because I've never played it. I said like games I've played, and it's not one of them. I'll try it eventually. It's just, I don't know. Just doesn't appeal
It's a really fun game, but
I've heard.
I was gonna bring up that I saw you playing competitive.
I played
you
one
only
game.
Played one game.
I hated it.
What was the score?
3-12.
3-12. Damn. Yeah. No.
It was not fun.
Oh my god. Okay.
Especially with Deadlock.
We had a game on Lotus that it was like up 11-1.
Damn.
And then we were in attacker side. We switched to defenders, and then we just lose that completely. They just fucking could aim after that. I guess.
I get
maybe
that
it's
feeling.
an attacker-sided map, and that's why we're running at this side.
Weird,
but
though.
Still, like, what the hell?
But
talking about competitive, I saw no. I decided to get ranked and I just played 5 games in a row in one day.
Solo
like
queue?
around 4 hours. Yeah, solo queue. And I was just chilling because I had a bunch of content I could watch, a podcast, a 2-hour Doug video about fucking a child's game and AI playing a child's game. It's really funny.
The wording of that almost threw me for a loop.
What do you mean?
Fucking a child's game. Like
okay, no,
too fast.
No. Okay, yeah.
I get it.
And so I got placed. I'm bronze 1.
Yes.
And then I told Matcha, I mean, I've seen you've been playing Valorant. Why not try to get placed in competitive? And he's never played competitive before, and he was a bit nervous and hesitant. But I convinced him to play some Valorant competitive. And then he got placed silver 1, like a whole entire rank above me. I'm like,
just built different.
Like, he keeps on saying that I'm better at the game than him, but he's definitely better.
According to the rank,
every time we've been playing with him.
Who's he normally play? He plays Scythe.
He plays Cypher, Jet, and Neon.
Nice.
But after that initial 5-round games of competitive Valorant, I realized, I remember why I don't like the game that much after that Lotus match. And I just went back to CS.
Fair enough. Yeah. Sometimes it's just like any other multiplayer game. You're gonna have your good games, and you're gonna have the rounds that make you want to just never play the game again, and then next day you play it again.
Speaking of video games, are you done with Valorant?
Yeah.
Okay. We have, I guess let's start at the top of the list, the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Which was announced
Banger.
Multiple cool things, which is a remake of Super Mario RPG.
That's one.
And Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's not new Super Mario Bros. Anymore. It's
Super
just
Mario Bros. Wonder.
Just Super Mario Bros.
It's got the feeling of new Super Mario Bros., but not at the same time.
Yeah, it's way more like
actually new. It's actually
it's new, and it's really.
For once, I'd accept that if it had the word "new" in it, but it doesn't.
It's also just really like unique in like it's
got that Spider-Verse inspiration.
No, I don't think it's that.
I know.
I think it's just like more expressive animation.
It's different, unique. It's so cool looking.
Mm-hmm. And you can get high in that game and
become an
transform into a elephant.
Mm-hmm.
What else was at the Nintendo Direct?
They announced, like, the Mario fans were eating good that day. Mm-hmm. They also did. There's apparently going to be a new Peach game, like a 3D
Dark
Peach
Moon
game.
remake.
Dark Moon
remaster
HD port to the Switch, which I'm okay with that. It would look a lot. It's gonna look a lot better on the Switch than the 3DS. That's for sure. Mario RPG was definitely a big one.
Yeah, I was like, what? Because I knew that they didn't touch that game forever.
I know.
For like a reason. They haven't even touched the old Paper Mario games at all.
That'd be cool to see remade.
Yeah, I want to. I want to like play Thousand Year Door and even the first one.
Oh yeah, the first one would be really great.
Console that I have.
Yeah,
I played Super Paper Mario. That one was really good. But I hear it's different, so I need to give the RPG
completely different. Oh yeah, Super Paper Mario is more just on. It's more like normal Mario platforming. Which else? Isn't bad. Damn it. When Mario RPG, I thought it was just gonna be just like, oh, you can play it now on the Switch. I thought that was it. I didn't think they were gonna fully remake the game.
I'm like, I saw Peach in the
Pixel, and it's like, oh, this is great, good for them. And then like that weird star came out. I was like, wait, that's like over the border, and then just 3D graphics. And was like,
I was surprised
for someone who has never played or even like, I don't want to say cared. I kind of care, but like, who has never played Mario RPG, I was honestly very hyped.
I'm in the same boat as you.
I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And I saw Geno. I'm like, well, there it is. Everyone's going to freak the fuck out after seeing him.
Geno or Gino? I thought it was Gino.
It doesn't fucking matter. Who cares? No one cares. It's fine. Geno. I call him Geno. Whatever. I just say whatever just comes to my mind at the time.
But what other games were announced?
I guess minor ones were, I don't know. I like WarioWare. WarioWare games are fun.
It's a new WarioWare?
Yes, it's Shake It, which are more back with motion controls, which I think are usually fun. They did that with
the Wii?
Yes, they already have a WarioWare Switch game on the Switch, though. I feel, but I guess I don't think that has motion controls or is mainly focused.
It's actually like a character based, which is interesting.
Yeah,
it's a WarioWare where you have to choose a character, and those characters have different
I remember
abilities.
now. Yeah, they have like different unique abilities.
I forgot what it's called, but I watched
WarioWare is just. I love my favorite part of that. It's gotta be the characters though. They're so cool and different, and unique. Like Nintendo usually doesn't do that, but WarioWare just is a different breed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then for me the biggest one, even more than Mario RPG, was Pikmin 4. Because Pikmin is my.
You can go out at night. That's crazy. A feature that's never been done in a Pikmin game before that.
Yes, it is, and it's pretty cool. There's Glow Pikmin, and they also have ported Glow Pikmin.
They look like ghosts.
Yeah, they look like ghosts, but they're technically Glow Pikmin. But they also are porting Pikmin 1 and 2 they already have on the Switch. You can get them both, like little HD.
You can play all of the games of the series.
All 4 games on the Switch, which is very cool and portable. And the Pikmin 4 demo came out. It's a meaty demo. You can play the whole entire first area of the game and 100%. I just 100%ed it like last night, and it can transfer over to the full game, which apparently my brother pre-ordered. I was thinking of getting that for my birthday, but I guess he just got it. I'm like, okay, I'm not complaining, but all right, because he's apparently also a Pikmin fan. But yeah, that's cool. I hope I'll soon want to get the Pikmin 1 and 2 because I can't really play those anymore. Because Pikmin 1, I had the fucking GameCube disc. Like, not even the Wii. I have the GameCube disc for that one, but my Wii doesn't work, and you can't use GameCube on Wii U.
It's a shame. It'd be cool.
And yeah. But what else? I swear there was one more thing that the Direct that was interesting.
Well, if it crosses your mind, you can just bring it up out of nowhere. Okay. But next thing is the Xbox Showcase, which I did not watch.
Yes, I watched... I technically watched all of it. I definitely didn't pay attention to stuff I didn't care about. It's been a bit since that happened, though. I'm trying to... Okay, main thing, Starfield was definitely one of the big things, how they had their own showcase afterwards, which I'm interested in. I've never really played a game like that, because it's more like...
Fallout?
What's the Bethesda? What did they make? What game did they make?
Fallout?
Is it Fallout?
No, Doom?
No.
No, that's...
It's not Elder Scrolls, right? Or is it Elder Scrolls?
Skyrim is Elder Scrolls.
I guess Skyrim, that's it. It's kind of like...
I think Bethesda made
I think
that,
it's like essentially like Skyrim, but space and futuristic.
Fallout and Elder Scrolls, I think are the 2 series that they make.
Yeah, it's kind of just like that, but space and futuristic thing, which is my kind of more thing.
I heard people were actually excited about that, because initially, the first impressions I heard was like, it just looks like Fallout, but space. But I don't know what... apparently that trailer really like.
I know
convinced
there's
some
like
people.
a lot more like customization compared to Fallout. Like you have your own ship and everything. You can like optimally fully customize it, your
Yeah.
character.
I need to play Fallout New Vegas because I got that free game
I
from the Epic
I've
game.
tried I don't know what it is. I've tried multiple times starting it, but I can't really go far. I don't know. It's just
I just need to play
I just need to
more
be in the right mood for that. It's not that I don't like it. It's just I'm not really ever in the right mood. And plus, older games like that are such a pain to start up because it's so different. Like it has its own little like startup menu, and you have to like, and the resolution is always off, so you have to change that because it's older.
Yeah, I need but the thing is, I just need to play more single player games. The last one I played was Hollow Knight, which is really
It's
good.
good. Yeah, but that's a while ago.
Me and Macho were talking earlier, and we were talking about how there's a area in Hollow Knight called the Path of Pain, which apparently it's optional. Well, it's DLC,
Okay.
but it was kind of optional. You didn't have to do that to finish the game.
Oh yeah.
But I did it
You
because
did
I
it.
thought you had to, and I fucking spent like
How
3
long?
straight hours at
Oof.
my desk
I get that,
trying to
though.
beat that whole thing. I think I took like 2 days on that, maybe, actually. So I don't know. I don't exactly remember, but apparently like the farewell in Celeste is as hard as that. Have you played Celeste?
I have never finished it because it can be infuriating. It's definitely a hard game.
Yeah, and Mach is telling me that I should
I know
play
it farewell, though.
Celeste.
Yeah, you should.
Because
I'd say it's
I was
good.
telling him that he should really play Hollow Knight. If he likes Celeste, I think he's gonna really enjoy Hollow Knight.
They're
'cause,
similar but different.
the platforming in
Celeste-
that game is really good.
Yeah, but
It's-
Celeste is way more focused on platforming than Hollow Knight because Hollow Knight has a lot more combat than Celeste does. In fact, I don't even think Celeste has any combat at all. I think it's just purely platforming and puzzles. No, just platforming. I don't know. I never beat it, but I've played through most of it, and it is good. My temper cannot really handle it. I'm sure you will handle far
and
better.
that's why you're not trans.
What?
It's a joke.
I don't get it.
It's
an inside joke.
That I think Celeste players become trans after they play.
Oh, I kind of get it. Okay, now I get it.
I'm not like saying that as like a way to be mean or
No.
like transphobic.
You
No,
know,
like literally, the
it's-
person who brings it up is my trans friend. So,
Yep.
I don't know. They bring it up and it's funny, but I don't know. I'm not trans. I can't say anything about it.
No, yeah. Back to the showcase, the Xbox One. Another one I'm interested in that I've already pre-installed because you can't do that. Lies of P. It's like a Pinocchio, Dark Souls game, which
Heard.
it seems interesting, and I'm quite
Do
interested.
you want to play a Souls game?
It'd
with
be my
your
first
temper?
one. It'd be my first one, and I've always liked Elden Ring. Elden Ring is super cool
Did
and
you
fun.
finish Elden Ring?
I've never played it.
Oh,
I've watched it many
Oh.
times from many people, all the endings, everything.
well, Elden Ring is apparently the easiest game to get into in the whole entire Souls
Oh, I'm
franchise.
sure, yeah.
But
It's the newer one and more vast.
But no. Just the fact that like if something's too hard, you could just go to a different area. and,
Yeah,
like,
that too.
loot
Yeah.
up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like a linear Dark Souls game. It's a fucking open world game, revolutionary. In fact,
revolutionary. But yeah, Liza P. It's a very interesting concept.
but you just make
Pinocchio.
fun of me there. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. But yeah, Pinocchio Souls game. I don't know. It looks interesting. I haven't seen much of it because I kind of want to. Recently I've been more just kind of avoiding stuff, not for like spoilers, just so I can experience everything firsthand. Like I've been avoiding a lot of trailers for stuff and gameplay. So like for stuff I will and am going to play. If it's stuff I'm not really going to play or will not in very future distance, I'll watch it. But like for Liza P, I haven't seen anything of it. I know there's a demo out right now, but even then I haven't played it since I can just wait till September. What else was there on the showcase? There was a Persona 3 remake they're doing
Yeah.
whole ass Persona 3 remake,
But
which
it doesn't come
I've
with
heard
the
it's-
deluxe content.
I've heard it's a bit split among the Persona fans, which I don't know what is. I know it's like I think like the main character is being recasted, which I don't think that's not really a bad thing, depending on how they do. But I wouldn't know. But yeah, there's a lot of cut content I think, or that won't be there yet, which I feel like it should be, which is weird. What else is there? There's so much more. Payday 3, that's one I'm really excited for.
Speaking of Persona, I do want to like try to play the 5th game. I have that on my wish list.
Nice.
And even though how many times it goes on discount, I still am scared to buy that game because I know I'm not going to play it that much, or at least immediately, because I don't know. Right now, like I really enjoy playing multiplayer games. So I don't know. What else?
There's Payday 3. That was cool. They did a little gameplay, which again I'm not really looking at because I'm gonna play that. I feel like there's one more. Starfield, Payday 3, Lies of P. I think that's actually it that I really cared about though. Yeah, Persona 3 remake, because I was planning on doing because Game Pass has Persona 3, 4, and 5 on it, and I was planning on starting that. But now that I've heard that they're remaking the 3rd one, I'm just gonna probably play that. But then again, I'm like, it's probably gonna be very different than the first. There's a fucking fly. It's pissing me off. But I don't know. If it's different voice actor and different content and cut content, like I don't know if I should wait for the remake or play the 3rd one now. And then
I don't think the Persona games are series that you have to play in order, to be honest. But
I don't know how it works, but I feel like
maybe it is good.
I have the opportunity to play through them all, so I might as well.
Maybe like some gameplay aspects get better through like 4 and 5. So maybe it's better to like start with a new older ones, or even more impressed by the newer ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what else? We have Among Us animated series.
So yes, the morning, I think it was Tuesday morning, I think, where we were talking about not doing our podcast that week, where it was announced that a whole ass Among Us animated show was
from
being
the
made,
writer of Infinity Train, which is
mental.
Great show. That I'm sad that it was never continued, because I feel like it has so much more potential. But they're writing fucking an Among Us show.
Is that a good I don't know, man. It could be a good thing. It could also be the weirdest thing ever. Like, how do you turn Among Us is like definitely the game of all time, but like, how do you turn this into a show? It's kind of, well, no, even Cuphead. Like when Cuphead did a show, I'm like, yeah, there's characters there and there's lore,
and it's literally in the style of like old animation, so it makes sense.
How do you do Among Us? Like, what I can only imagine what animation style it had. What like is it? Will it be a story? I feel like it fit best if it was an anthology kind of series. You know what anthology is? Yeah, I feel like it would fit best like that instead of like a cohesive story, because like it's Among Us.
I mean, just to make sure, the anthology is it's like those it's like those Adventure Time episodes of like the Grimbles something. It was like short stories. They're not short stories, but they're like it's self-contained stories, but in the same world, right? They're like that?
Kinda like some anthologies are like that, yes, but others are more like the ones I'm thinking of, especially for Among Us, is like just Have you ever seen Star Wars Visions? No? Okay.
But I think I get the idea.
Yeah, it's essentially just self-contained stories that have nothing to do with anything else, and that's about it. And maybe it'd be cool, like each episode is a different animation style, like Visions does. Like, that'd be cool. Because I really cannot see how they can do it Among Us, like full-on show, cohesive plot, characters and everything. Like, it's Among Us.
Because the writer of Infinity Train is definitely good at making a
story. I'm not saying he's bad. It's Among Us. Like, I don't... How? I'd be... If they can pull it off, I will take back anything I said, but I'm really...
You'll eat your own words, baby.
Yeah. But I'm just really fascinated on that.
And then the same day...
Same morning. They Blumhouse
released a trailer for the FNAF movie.
Yes, a full official trailer instead of like a teaser trailer that they've already released. I'm excited. This is the most excited I've been for a FNAF thing since the 4th game.
That's like the first horror movie I'm ever gonna watch.
Really?
Yeah, I've never watched any, unless you count.
Pussy.
What's that? What, Coraline?
No, I don't count that.
I don't know.
That's not horror.
My older sister was scarred by that film, so I don't know.
Well, it has definitely dark themes, but that's not pure horror, I think.
But yeah, no,
it's not like
it's gonna be my first horror movie, basically.
Is that because you're scared of horror movies, or you just?
I'm just a pussy. I don't play no horror games or anything. I'm scared of listening to Disc 13 on Minecraft, dude.
I'm a pussy for some horror stuff, and others not really. Like especially since there's been like 12 Five Nights at Freddy's games, I don't really get jumped by jump scares anymore, unless you really don't see it coming, like it comes out of left field. But yeah, this is the most excited I've been for a FNAF thing since the 4th game, and that came out in 2015, I think. And that's been a while ago. But yeah, it I don't want to say I'm not gonna be 100% optimistic, because I don't know. Blumhouse, they have an okay track record. They mostly do horror movies, so that's a good thing. But not all of them have been great. But they did like have you ever heard of Unfriended?
Did that movie?
They did those ones, yeah, 2 of them. They weren't. The first one wasn't bad. The second one was a bit worse. But yeah, I don't know. It looks good. Like this is kind of got that same kind of Mario thing where it's like it's with a studio you wouldn't really expect them to do, and they don't have the greatest track record, but they have to do really well with this, because if they fuck it up, it's not gonna be great. Especially with the biggest franchises, Five Nights at Freddy's. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it looks good. Like the puppets look good. The puppet animatronics suits. I'm assuming it's not actual animatronics, but because it's made by the Jim Henson people who make the Muppet stuff, and they're really good. Yeah,
I always thought FNAF was really good at ambient horror.
Yes,
just even if the animatronics don't move at all, you're just like off put when you play the first game for the first time, because like there's the sound and everything, the static of the camera, and like I don't know, just like one of the most iconic noises, just sounds, is the FNAF 2 ambient sound, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's FNAF 2, but I know what sound you're talking about. Yeah, man. I remember reading something about like Scott Cawthon, the maker.
Oh, this is FNAF 1.
Yeah.
One of the most iconic sounds.
I know, and this is very terrifying. Mm-hmm. But Scott Cawthon, the creator, apparently when he was making, I don't remember, I think the first one, he apparently was so terrified of Bonnie where he had like straight up just nightmares and hallucinations of him. Ugh, yeah. Like he was scared of his own creation essentially, and that's
I think Bonnie is like one of the nicer ones. I think
they all want to kill you. Why? How are they nice?
I like.
You mean like nicer looking ones? Oh,
I don't know. Maybe because of the fan art I see. I do.
We don't talk about the fan art.
No, we do definitely talk about the fan art. Considering I'm a furry, I think one of my least favorite is probably Chica.
Like least favorite in what way?
I don't know. I just don't like her design, especially with the bib on.
So you're talking about like purely design?
Yeah. Right now I'm just talking about like the animatronic design. The first game, even Toy Chica was like off-putting, especially with the beak off. I know that's what the point was. I think
the beak off. That was only in the second game.
Yeah, the second game. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
but
then, what?
Yeah, no.
But yeah, it looks good. It looks like it's following like the lore of the games. Like they straight up just said, 5 dead children possessing these animatronics, which is great. I'm glad they're not really deviating. In the trailer, they did have Springtrap, which he's a big part of it. And then at the end, they had a cameo from a certain YouTuber, which I was not expecting him, but it's cool. Corey Kenshin. You heard of him? He's a pretty big one.
Them.
Yeah, but he was like a taxi driver or something. Okay. And yeah, it's cool that it's getting representation. There's no way he's not the only one, because if for some unknown reason they don't have Markiplier, at least even as a cameo in this movie,
and he's fucking like making his own movie too,
Iron Lung.
So like he's
excited for that.
It's funny.
Iron Lung is such a cool.
We haven't even talked about the submarine on this, have we?
No,
but maybe
that's a bit. That's
I know, but
I forgot about that, honestly. So much stuff has actually just been happening recently. Like, stuff.
So like Markiplier's been interested in the movie scene, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And FNAF, he's like the king of FNAF.
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
So he's definitely got to be in that.
He's got to be.
He's got to be.
But yeah, it's the FNAF movie was good, and it's coming out this near Halloween. It's interesting. It's coming out in theaters and also on Peacock at the same time it releases. So I don't know why. I'm gonna watch it in theaters because it's fucking Five Nights at Freddy's.
They did that with Dune and other movies from HBO during.
Yeah, but that was during COVID. Yeah, now it's like, which is, I mean, I have Peacock, so it's cool that I'll be able to watch it immediately when I get back from watching it in the theater. But yeah, it's I'm excited for that. But yeah, speaking, I completely forgot about that with Markiplier.
Iron Lung.
Iron Lung. I love the game. Have you ever seen that game?
I saw Germa play it, and it's also a great ambient
It's
horror
so
game. And the
horrifying.
ending is fucking.
It gets you.
It gets
It
you.
gets you. It's the
It's
only
really
jump
good.
scare in the game, and it gets you. It's even though it's straight up just a fucking PNG just doing this. I love those like PS1 graphical kind of games.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And,
when I heard that of all people making an Iron Lung movie, I was not expecting Markiplier to be the one making it.
Me neither.
But it makes sense. He was making like In Space with Markiplier, his like YouTube show or not YouTube show, YouTube original series. And I wonder, recently, did you see that for his birthday he was in the hospital?
Yes.
Because he set himself a challenge to be the person who has used the most blood or fake blood in like a horror movie, and I guess he succeeded that goal or is close to, which excites me. Because like Iron Lung, the game, it doesn't have a lot of substance in terms of, well, at least at first, it doesn't have a lot of lore and explanation. But they like that develop because it's like made by one guy. That's great, and like he added like this console, and you can type in lore bits.
Just finish up.
Oh yeah. I actually found out Iron Lung through Pyrocynical because he made like a whole ass like his review kind of video, like his long form video on it, and I was like, wow, this game looks great.
So I did want to bring up the Germa thing again about him playing Iron Lung. Apparently he got soft locked in the game, and he had this conversation where he's reading tweets from the developer on Twitter and how to fix his fucking issue, which is really funny.
Through Twitter?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
a way.
The developer was just tweeting that shit, and imagine like the people who followed the developer and like, this
What
guy's
the
fucking
fuck is
going
he
crazy.
talking about?
But yeah, but it was just a fucking Germa moment.
Of course he'd be the one to soft lock
Where
Iron
like
Lung.
he has to like go into the game files and change his location so he doesn't like the game doesn't crash, which is just really
all
it's a great.
people.
You need to watch that Germa video. There's like
Oh, yeah, I
some
didn't even-
essential Germa watches.
I
that-
did not know he played Iron Lung, and now I need to watch that.
Yeah, and like I also got really scared by the
people
jump
to
scare.
soft lock it. Of course, it'd be Germa, but yeah, it's such a like it's so. I just again though, I don't know how they're gonna translate that to the movie.
The thing about FNAF and Iron Lung is the fact that you interact with it. That increases the horror factor because you're focused on playing the game.
Yeah.
And that reason is why the horror aspects get to you.
Mm-hmm.
When you just hear a thunk, that's just like puts you on edge.
Oh yeah, man.
So yeah.
But yeah, I'm so excited. So many good movies that seem great. Apparently, he's Markiplier said he's going to release a trailer soon for it. I'm excited to see it.
All we've gotten is this just one image from production, right?
It's an image and like the reveal trailer, which was cool. It was like the game version of it, and they like swapped the camera over to like a real life set of the submarine. And yeah, but like, that game's so good. I hope it's on sale right now for the Steam Summer Sale.
Are you gonna play it?
No, because I've already seen it multiple times. I already know what's gonna happen. I know how to do everything. But it's definitely one of those like maybe twice you're done, because like the second you're definitely gonna miss stuff the first time because there's plenty of secrets. I love that though, because the developer of that game, he made another game called Chop Goblins, where it's essentially you just fucking shooting the hell out of just goblins attacking your city. It's a completely different game than Iron Lung, but apparently it's a dream that the guy you're playing in the submarine is having. Like he's dreaming about protecting the world from goblins by killing them while he's dying in the submarine, which I guess is a way to go. It's funny though. Yeah. I love, yeah. All right, we gotta stop. I'm gonna keep gushing over it.
Yeah. So next on the chopping board
Kill yourself.
is movie flopping, which literally yesterday Critical made a video about, and that's why I put the topic in the topics chat.
Nice.
I just watched Indiana Jones and the
Dial of
Destiny yesterday.
Why do I know that?
And it
Was it good?
I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I watched the first two.
I have to know, how was the de-aging effect?
It was awful. In some scenes,
Had
it
a
actually
feeling.
looked good. It looks like it was old Harrison Ford. But other scenes, you could tell it was animation. And I think Disney has too much like ego about that.
The de-aging ever since like Luke Skywalker.
Ever since Luke Skywalker, which it was done okay in Mandalorian.
I think it was done pretty good for Mandalorian.
You could still tell that was definitely not.
Well, yes, obviously. Yeah. But once, yeah.
Like, I feel like.
But if you use it too much, like how much did they use that? Like the de-aging in Indiana Jones?
The first 10 minutes.
Like the whole first 10 minutes? Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that's a bit too much.
Yeah. And you could tell, like when it was like blurred out and you couldn't see his face well, that's when it was believable. Yeah. But when it was like front and center, they fucking at the start of the movie they put a little bag over Indiana Jones' face, and then they do this whole entire build up, and then they pull off the bag and show off his face. It's like, that doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And other aspects of that first section of the movie, it was just like, it's done. It was done. It worked, kind of. It's like after like the first 5 minutes, I could understand, like, yeah, whatever. But then the rest of the movie is just normal Harrison Ford.
Okay.
And it was interesting. Are you planning on watching that anytime? Do you care about spoilers?
No.
All right. Romano's gonna mark this section as spoilers. So,
yep. Spoilers for Indiana Jones.
In the last act of the movie, they go to the War of Syracuse. Syracuse? How do you call that city? Ancient city?
I don't know.
When the Romans like invaded like a Roman city.
Okay.
They go back in time. And it was like it's a really interesting concept.
It is called the Dial of Destiny.
Main bad guy, a Nazi, he wanted to go back to the World War II and become the new Führer.
Duh.
He wanted to kill Hitler and correct all of his mistakes. Uh-huh. But then Indiana Jones brings up, and like right before they time travel, he brings up, Archimedes didn't know about, because Archimedes is the guy who made the Dial of Destiny. Archimedes didn't know about continental drift, so you're not going to go back to the time that you want to. You're going to go back to a different time.
So it's random.
No, it is math, so you could technically find out where you want to go.
But you have to like put in a date that different than the one you want to go. Like, how does the dial work?
So basically, Archimedes made this fucking thing with, it's basically like a compass, I think.
Okay.
Where you can go to a specific area in the world where like you can time travel. Oh. And in a specific area, you have to go to in order to time travel, and that's it. They the first two acts of the movie is looking for the second half of the dial, because in the first minutes of the movie, they already have a one half, and this is like the last days of the Nazi regime in Germany, and the main bad guy found like, oh my god, this is like half of the I forgot it had a specific name, but this is half of the thing. And then the rest of the movie is to try to find that other half. And then they do. And then the last act, they go back in time to like, and it's actually kind of good, like bait, where they go in and then they actually see a war is happening. So Harrison Ford thought, oh fuck, was I wrong? But then they saw a bunch of these Roman warships, and it's like, oh, they went back in time in the wrong time. And then they get to talk to, then the bad guy dies and like all that stuff happens. Oh. A plane crashes in Rome, in the ancient Rome, and they interact with Archimedes, and Archimedes. And Indiana Jones wants to stay, but then his goddaughter fucking punches him, and he gets knocked out, and then they go back to New York, current time, which is not current time, but it was like the 70s, I think.
Weird,
because the first three Indiana Jones movies takes place in the 30s.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, 30s, 40s, and so yeah, that's the movie, and I think it was enjoyable, and I did like it.
Yeah,
but I do understand how the massive budget for that movie made it so safe. because it's a it's a Disney film now, basically. Also, one funny thing I thought was at the beginning credits, they like say Disney's presents, and it's just like this was during like the Nazi Germany shit. So at the beginning, it's just Disney, and then the frame switches to like a little banner of the Nazi flag, and then it says Paramount Picture presents. So Disney definitely made like a conscious decision to not have their name appear with any Nazi symbolism. I think they did that shit on purpose because like Paramount Pictures, I guess, had no problem with it. But yeah, no, that's Dial of Destiny.
Okay, sounds like it sounds like a movie.
Sounds like a blockbuster. That's what it was meant to be, basically.
And then it flopped.
And apparently did worse than the fourth film in the first week of the box office. And people don't despise the fourth film, apparently. So I don't know how it's going to go, but...
Yeah, but a lot of movies have been...
A lot of recent movies has just been like,
Like, yeah, but...
Not worth going to the theaters for.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, the Kraken one, which I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even realize that came out.
Yeah,
I thought
same.
that still was not coming out yet. But no, that came out, and it's apparently like DreamWorks' second worst selling film.
Yeah, it was either worse or second worst.
It was second worst, I think.
It was like a massive flop for DreamWorks,
but like,
which I hope they don't get bankrupt from it
again.
But I hope they like see how well Puss in Boots did, and then see how see how like this like generic bland 3D animation movie did, and I hope they like try to make more unique, more like stylized, but more like risky.
Yeah.
Animation shit.
Yeah.
Because that's really the only thing that's going to get people in theaters now is...
Spider-Verse is like the one exception of not flopping. That's doing really well. Yeah.
Guardians 3 did really well, but
like, here's the thing. With the Kraken one, can you say because it's bad? Because I haven't heard literally anything. I've heard nothing. But like... I have no idea.
It's one because... I maybe like a elemental problem, lack of like good promotion.
Yeah, that was another thing.
But maybe it's just because I didn't want to see it when the trailer came out, so I was like, I had no plans to see it because it just looked so generic and just a child, like a literal baby film,
baby boo boo bagaga.
So I don't know exactly why it's flopping.
I've heard many things. People are saying because it's pirating. People say because people don't want to because we gotta admit. Theaters are essentially just scams because Jesus Christ, they overpay for a lot of stuff, especially the food.
A lot of things.
Yeah, overpriced.
Which is like multiple of these points are what Charlie brought up. So you could tell I'm taking clear inspiration from him. But I think one of the biggest things getting people into theaters is movies that you have to see in a movie theater. Yeah, because you can pirate all of this shit. You can watch on streaming services. You can do all of that. But some movies. Like the recent Spider-Man, you just gotta see it in a movie theater.
HD, big screen,
loud. Immersive, loud.
Yeah,
you just gotta see it. And other things are just like if you have a notable director like Wes Anderson, that is another thing that will get you into the theater.
A notable like idea or unique film. Like I'm pretty sure, I feel like Barbie's gonna do well because just of the fact it's a Barbie movie about Barbie going.
It's a new Christopher Nolan film. That's another director that's well known, and I plan on seeing all three of those movies.
I feel like just this month is not really doing well. Not like the whole year because like Flash came out this month, not doing well. Technically it's July, but you know what I mean. June, I guess the month of June, July 3rd. Right yeah. Now. Okay. So the month of June wasn't really well. Flash didn't do well. The Kraken movie isn't doing well. Which when did that come out? Did that come out last Thursday? I don't know.
I didn't even
know.
Last Thursday.
But like that's not doing well. Elementals didn't do well. Like I think it's just a bad month for June because I feel like Barbie's gonna do fine. Oppenheimer might do fine. FNAF 100% is going to go great because just the fact that it's Five Nights at Freddy's because like they need to tap into more things that like don't have a movie yet or people like
or not just existing concepts,
Oh,
new
yeah.
shit.
New
They
shit,
need to
yeah.
do more new shit and not.
But it's
'cause
so
that's why
hard.
it's been-
It is so hard to do new shit.
It's movies with massive budgets that are like reviving a film franchise or something like that always turn out to be mediocre and not worth going to the movies for.
Mm-hmm.
Just the new Star Wars, those were apparently disappointing. And this new Indiana Jones, I would have just watched it on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was not worth going to the movies for.
But like when you see new shit, like I feel like has Elementals kind of thing done before? I know like the whole kind of race kind of thing.
It was an
Is similar.
allegory for kind of race and also like a immigrant story. Which when they lean into that aspect, it's the most strongest. When they lean more into the love aspect, a lot of people say it's the weakest, but I thought it was very cute.
Yeah.
I do think that it was a bit rushed on the love aspect, and it was like a bit too unrealistic to how like a real life relationship would go
A little bit.
on how quickly it is. But I thought it was a very cute film, and
But I also mean like the idea of these things are elemental creatures. And
we've already seen it with Zootopia, kind of, which was like a race allegory for different species.
I guess, but like
And
living
we'll-
elements.
Yeah.
I don't remember. The closest I could think of is maybe.
Like
I don't know.
Zootopia City, bro, and Element City.
Yeah.
You could
Like,
just they've already kind of done it.
yeah,
before.
it's but that's the thing. It's so hard to make new stuff because there's always going to be one thing that's like, oh, this came out first, which means this stole that. It's like, no, nothing's original anymore. You just have to build from something that was done,
Yeah.
and change it and make something new
Literally,
from it.
I don't think most things are original. Most like directors, animators, even just plain artists, they take their inspiration from certain things.
Yeah.
And that's what makes art art. I mean, at least one of the aspects.
Yeah.
Because probably the first artists were just looking at real life. That was their
100%.
inspiration.
Yeah.
The cave paintings, they're just pictures of animals.
Yeah.
And then art just evolved from that, from like previous works of art.
Yep.
You could just say that nature is art, the one of the first forms of art, and just is
It's just
so
constantly
like
evolving.
yeah, nothing's original.
original.
Everything's been done before.
Yeah.
but it's up to
The creator and the artist to make it
something-
new out of it or
make
different.
something new. Yeah,
New or different.
newer, different, and unique.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really cool about Wes Anderson. You see all of his films are like heavily inspired off of these old films, these like old techniques, these old like the French Dispatch and Asteroid City look like a fucking play.
Yeah, the first thing I think of is how is like the ratio of the movie is.
When that specifically with the Grand Budapest Hotel,
Yeah.
that's one of the first films
That's
that
like-
actually messed around with aspect ratio for
That's the only
storytelling.
Wes Anderson film I have seen. Is Fantastic Mr. Fox Wes Anderson? Okay, then no. That was also I watched that.
So you watched the Grand Budapest Hotel,
Fantastic Mr. Fox. What other ones has he made?
Rushmore, Moonlight City, something like that.
Did he make that one with like the dogs that were living on that
Isle of
island?
Dogs. Yes.
Okay, yes, I've seen that too.
I do want to watch like the Royal Tannenbaums or something, and Rushmore. I do want to watch a bunch more films.
Movies.
So we'll see.
Grand Budapest.
But yeah, no, I'm trying to get more into movies.
I've seen that.
I think one of the best movies I've seen so far was from this Japanese director, this Japanese film about this person who acted their wife, like the day that their wife died, he saw his wife cheating on him.
Ooh.
But I don't want to spoil it because it's a really good movie, but it's
very
like
complicated.
3 hours.
Ugh.
It's 3 hours. It's really good though.
No, I'm
the
not saying that.
passage of time really shows with that film. It really,
I haven't seen a 3-hour movie since Endgame.
yeah,
No, those don't show up a lot.
but it's really good. It's called Drive My Car.
Drive My Car?
Drive My Car. It's on
Drive.
HBO, I think.
Okay. Well,
But
I'm out.
I think it's yeah,
I don't have HBO.
it's just really good, and
Sounds good.
I just want to watch more unique films.
Yeah, no. One 3-hour movie I've heard that's good is RRR. Have you heard of that?
Yeah,
I've heard of that one. It's straight up just.
I watched it. Yeah,
You've watched it?
yeah,
The full thing?
Yeah, with Solaris and Pop and maybe Teddy. I forgot.
How was it?
And Matcha.
Was it good?
It was. I think I don't know. Maybe I was a bit overhyped. I was kind of disappointed, but I still enjoyed it.
Kind of like a Spirited Away thing, where like it was,
Yeah.
you were super excited, and it's like it was still good, but
Mhm.
not. Yeah, I've heard it's really good with the action and crazy. I think I've seen. Like,
It is an absurd movie.
oh yeah,
but
I've seen like
the
two
joke,
clips with, and they're like, yeah, this is not to be taken seriously in any way, shape, or form.
the joke of it was when we were watching is like the most action-packed gay love story of all time because it's the two buff dudes and they're just in love with each other basically.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I mean I recommend it.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
good
no,
one.
I'll watch it.
But
Eventually, but yeah, that's a 3-hour one too. Not a lot of like lengthy films recently. A lot.
I feel like movies has just been getting longer recently. Actually,
Yeah, I swear. I feel like last year there were a lot of shorter ones.
like
They were super short. What came out last year? I forgot.
yeah,
Man. Time flies.
Puss in Boots, Bad Guys.
Yeah, those were shorter. Those were like hour and a half.
Yeah, and another thing I want to bring up is I was talking about how people are just reviving these old franchises. I think Marvel. The last thing I'm gonna watch of them is the Marvels.
Really?
That's all, because I've already watched all the prerequisites to it.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and a WandaVision, and that's really
Don't forget
all. I'm not
Secret
sure.
Invasion.
Oh, I have to watch that.
I don't know.
Ah.
Maybe it kind of has something
Yeah, I
to do
have
with.
not
It
been
has the
interested in the
scrolls.
Disney Plus.
I've
originals.
watched the first episode of it, and I'm like, it's okay. Yeah,
It's just like
It's a lot.
The
It's a
intro
lot.
sequence being made up from AI. I think that just shows that Disney does not care about the art they're making. They're just doing it to make money, and it makes sense. Yeah, they used to.
See, I did like someone saw it in a positive way where it's like the scrolls, their whole thing is mimicking people and faking them, so it's kind of like, oh, it's AI mimicking real art, and I'm like, I get it, but it's also a terrible way to do it. It's AI art, like
it's
that's
just,
not like I get
if
why
you start using like literal AI creations. I get even in Spider-Verse, artificial intelligence was used to help assist the animators.
Oh yeah,
But when you just use straight up creation, I don't think you're caring about what you're making.
yeah.
And I'm just not gonna watch any more Marvel things. I really do not. Their recent track record has been dog shit.
I've definitely been slowing. I've been definitely slowing down because like I know the second episode of Secret Invasion come out. I still have not watched that yet.
Yeah,
It's not that I hate it. It's just I feel like it's just too much. Way too much.
they
But they are slowing down on that, which I've heard.
which is good. I need like VFX artists.
They need breaks
time.
and
They need reasonable hours. They need good payment. Writers. They need,
writers' strike is still it still going on?
Yep, it's still going on. They people just need to be treated like real life people.
Yeah.
Which is easy for us to say when we're all sitting here doing a podcast in the comfort of our own home.
You're home.
With a great, excellent laptop recording our shit. It's easy to say that, but it's just awful to see this shit happen.
Yeah, it's hard. I forgot a movie came out recently on Netflix, a Netflix movie, which a lot of people are liking. I've heard it's called Nimona.
I heard it's a sad movie.
I heard that too. From the clips I've seen, it's quite the opposite. It looks funny, but it looks, the animation's unique. Definitely, it looks good. I heard it's based like on a webcomic someone did, which is cool. I like that. I like when people take such small things and adapt them into full length films or shows. But yeah, like that's one thing. Like it's just I don't know, man. Some movies are just but with Marvel, I'm definitely slowing down. I still haven't really missed. I don't think I've missed anything from Marvel so far. I've just been kind of
missed,
slowing
like,
down.
So many shows recently from them. I'm interested in only Loki.
Yeah,
That's the only, besides for the Marvels.
that's the next thing.
That's the only thing that I'm willing to watch.
I think it's
Loki.
coming out in October actually.
But yeah, we'll see.
What were the last Marvel shows before Secret Invasion? I completely forgot already.
Me too.
Well, that's cute. They did a little 100 for Disney because we care, right?
Yeah, they did that at the Indiana Jones thing.
Okay.
100 years.
Oh damn, was She-Hulk really the last show?
Really?
That was last year.
Okay, well, no wonder it makes sense. I haven't been catching up with Disney Plus shows.
Yeah, a hot minute. Yeah, that was freaking my birthday last year, essentially. Oh damn.
But yeah, I really hope that I'm just gonna stop watching this shit, and I hope that they treat their writers, animators, VFX artists just well and pay them well, give them reasonable hours, because I'm willing to wait for a good movie. I'm willing to wait for a good anything.
I mean, Guardians was good.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians was fantastic, and that's technically part of the MCU.
Yeah, and
granted, it was mainly because of James Gunn, but it's still good, still really good Marvel movie.
And the last thing, which I didn't even bring up, but it was the first thing I brought up before we started recording, was have you experienced anything with ghosts or like demons or anything?
When you say that, what do you mean? Like,
so
I legitimately believe a ghost did something?
You had like a weird experience. Like, I watched the Salty Fish podcast recently, and one of Fish's experience was he was like in a house, and he was in the bathroom and looking at a mirror, and then he's looking like this way. Imagine the mirror's like over here. He's looking this way, and he turns, and then he just sees the side of his face. He doesn't see like his front facing face. It's like he's like looking at himself weirdly.
Like the mirror wasn't being a mirror.
And like another experience, this is from my family actually, my mom's side. I think it was like it's a house in Guatemala where there's just a walking pair of jeans. It's like some people woke up.
I've seen that before though, and like on the internet, like this funny video.
No, but it was literally like something that happened to my mom's side of the family in real life. What's something like paranormal that's happened to you, or at least like a from your family? Anything?
I got nothing.
Really?
I've never experienced anything like that. The closest I think is I thought like after like scrolling through videos, watching like analog horror stuff, I see like a pile of clothes or like a stand kind of thing in my closet, and like for a split second I think it's some kind of demonic creature, and I'm like, oh, it's just clothes.
You're watching analog horror on TikTok?
I love analog horror.
Yeah.
I really like it.
God,
I just discovered a new kind of like there's this kind of FNAF analog horror thing going around called VHS tapes, which really makes FNAF even more terrifying than, because like recent FNAF stuff has not been that scary, especially like Security Breach and all that. Like it's not been that scary, but like that the VHS tapes kind of expand on like, you know, it's almost like we've all forgotten there are little dead children corpses in these robots.
Yeah.
And these tapes really remind you like, oh yeah, this is kind of fucked up and should not be suitable for children, but we're marketing for children because why not?
Also, like I was scared of ghosts and shit when I was a bit younger, and because I watched these like ghost TV shows about like ghost adventures, ghost hunters, that shit. And I would always be scared whenever I go to sleep. Like I close my eyes or like put a pillow over my eyes so I don't see a ghost.
Always make sure your arm is not hanging off of the bed so the demon under your bed doesn't grab you.
That shit. But then, like, since we have like fucking 6 cats in the house, whenever I hear something weird, it's just rationally, I just blame it on the cats. Whenever something falls, it's like, oh, fucking Ash did something stupid again.
Same.
Yeah. So your dog.
My dog recently, she's been sleeping like at the top of the stairs, and it's been annoying because recently, like near the morning, like at not crack of dawn, maybe like 5 or 6 in the morning. Sometimes people are like, for some reason, just get up early and walk. And the stairs, you know how it's like directly a window? She sits at the very top of the stairs so she can kind of see. And when someone, I think, walks by or something, she just starts barking. Like the one time she barks ever, like at all, she never barks.
Not even when somebody like rings the bell?
No, not even when other dogs are, like we have neighbor dogs, they bark. She does nothing. She does not care. She's the most calm and great dog. But if one like figure or something moves outside the house, she goes nuts. And I'm like, and my room is directly next to the stairs, so I hear it and I'm like,
Yeah, but that's kind of cute that she just
it's
like
cute.
lays.
Yeah, but like, and then sometimes when she, you know,
annoying.
have you ever seen like a dog like dreaming, like noises they make?
Yeah, kind of.
Sometimes that stuff kind of creeps me out. I'm like, oh, it's just Lexi dreaming. But yeah, I've never experienced kind of like ghost kind of things. Like I've definitely experienced like especially just like if it's late at night and for some stupid reason I'm watching horror related stuff. Like it's a bit harder for me. It was a bit harder for me to go to sleep. It's like, it could be a doppelganger like knock on my door, want to go in. It's like, yeah, but I've never experienced like a ghost kind of related thing, some unexplainable thing. It's not that I don't believe in ghosts. It's just like, it's the same thing with aliens. It's like, sure, we haven't seen that they're real, but we haven't seen that they're not real. So it's like I can't really deny it, and I can't really accept it either. I'm just middle ground.
Yeah, magic is just science we haven't figured out yet. I think that
Thor reference. Thor said that. I think, I don't know.
maybe
Thor.
maybe.
It was
something in Thor.
Something in Thor related to that.
But maybe it'd be cool if ghosts were real or something.
Would it?
Because I think they're more chiller than what people think, and there's just a few bad apples, and some ghosts are literally just like chilling. I think
Maybe. There's the Casper ghost, and then there's the Ghostbuster ghost. The ones that are chill and are just dead children, or the ones that are wanting to just take over the world, or the Five Nights at Freddy's ghosts. They're kind of the middle ground.
Yeah, they're like vengeance for people that were bad, but they're like.
But they still do bad stuff, technically. But they are also just children.
So, do you have anything you want to talk about? Anything else? Last final minute of the thing.
1 minute.
Yeah, really, just 1 minute. Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. What would we do if ghosts were just real, but like we're chill? They weren't like bad ghosts.
I don't know.
Like
because
let's think, maybe like Luigi Mansion.
You don't want to suck them up. That would be rude. That's rude.
But they're doing bad things, and then you like at the end of almost every Luigi Mansion game, for some reason King Boo's doing some shit with a crown. You touch the crown, and for some reason that just makes all the ghosts nice again, and they're nice, wholesome chungus. And they're like, so maybe it's like that. Like we do that, we suck them up, and then we touch the magical thing, making them go poo poo crazy, and then they're nice and chill and wholesome.
I
chungus.
just haven't thought about ghosts haunting someone in forever. And when I watched
When was the last like ghost movie?
I don't know, but I don't watch those. I just like I haven't watched like the Ghost Adventures, like the TV shows.
Are those still even
forever.
going?
Yeah, they're still going.
What? Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay.
But I just haven't watched those in forever, and I just haven't. It hasn't crossed my mind, so I haven't been like, I've been that scared recently, which is good. I don't like being scared. But that's the end of the podcast. I hope you, specifically you, Jerry. Nobody fucking watches this show.
Oh damn.
But we don't have a Jerry that watches us. But I hope
you don't know that. Maybe a ghost is watching it, but YouTube doesn't count ghosts as views because YouTube is
racist. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys later.
Do you think ghosts have their own like social media?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's called BooTube.
Kill yourself.